In this video, we will show you how to replace your parking assist sensor on this Buick Enclave. This will be mounted to your rear bumper cover. Let's get into it. Along each side in the center here, you're going to find that you have a small plastic push clip holding this bumper cover in place. To remove each push clip, carefully remove the center, and then you can remove the outer portion. Next, let's continue on with a T20 Torx driver so we can remove several screws inside of each of the rear wheel wells. Starting along the bottom, we'll make our way up. Get this one over here on the other side. Got a few more here up on each side. Got one on the inside here. And carefully start pulling this away. At this point, we'll carefully start dislodging this piece of the plastic panel from the bumper cover. You'll find that it's pressed in a couple different areas. You just want to carefully pull it away. If you find you have a hard time pulling it away, you could carefully use a plastic trim tool. Now have a look up in this corner here. You're going to find that you have a 7mm headed mounting bolt. Remove that mounting bolt. At this point, you should be able to take hold of the bumper cover and carefully pull it away from the vehicle. Pause on this side of the vehicle and do the exact same thing on the opposite side. At this point, we can start dislodging the upper portion. You're going to find that you have a couple protective covers, and you'll have some mounting hardware behind them and also down below it. Once you've done one side of the vehicle, we'll do the same on the other side and carefully start pulling this away. But we do need to be careful. You will have wiring leading to each one of your parking sensors, so we don't want to pull away and cause any damage. Starting at the bottom, we'll continue with our T20 Torx bit. We can remove this lower screw. We'll set that spacer aside. Use a small pick or screwdriver to remove your small covers. Continue on with a 7mm for each of these screws. Let's do the same on the other side of the vehicle. Now we can start dislodging our rear bumper cover from the body of the vehicle. Keep in mind, we don't want this to fall down and potentially get damaged. At this point, let's continue on to slowly pulling the bumper cover away from the vehicle. You'll find that I do have a support underneath the rear lower aspect of the bumper cover, just so it doesn't fall. As we pull this, you're going to find that it's held in place, making its way all the way across. We just need to pull this straight outwards towards the rear. Maybe a little bit of a tight pull here. There it is. Perfect. Let's have a look along the back side. At this point, you could just start removing the sensors. But why not just remove this one more connector and you can remove the entire bumper cover and work on this on a blanketed area. We'll squeeze in on that locking tab and dislodge this, a quick inspection of both sides, and now we can get this over to the protected surface. At this point, we have a clear view of the back side of the bumper cover, and you can see each of the 4 sensors. The process to remove one is the exact same thing for all others. With that said, on each one of the sensors, you will find that you have an electrical connector. Squeeze in on the locking tab and dislodge that. A quick inspection for corrosion, and we'll set the wiring harness aside. Continue on with a pick or small screwdriver. Along the top and bottom of the sensor, the bumper cover itself will have a locking tab. Go ahead and make your way in between the sensor and the bumper cover and gently pry the two apart. As you're doing so, you want to also be pulling the sensor out of the bumper cover. Let's push this in. There's our sensor. The next step is to clean and inspect the mounting point. It's common to still have the gasket in place. Once you've given that a quick wipe, we can continue on with the installation of our brand new parking sensor. Make sure you have it in the proper orientation so you can reconnect the wiring harness. Press it in and listen for a click from the top and the bottom of the sensor. Give it a wiggle and make sure it's secure. Let's reconnect that electrical connector here. Double check to make sure it's completely secure. The process for one is the same for all. Once you've done that, let's get the bumper cover back on the vehicle. Okay, let's get this back over to the vehicle. We'll connect in our electrical connector here. Press it in, listen for a click, double check to make sure it's secure. At this point, we'll start bringing this in up against the vehicle. We need to slide it in straight forward, but pay attention along each side, making sure that we do not damage the paint on our vehicle. Let's start flexing the bumper cover along the fender here, pressing it into the proper position. Put in your mounting screws across here and do the exact same thing on the other side of the vehicle. Install those plastic covers. Now we can make our way into the wheel well. In the wheel well here, we've got our little screw up in the top corner. Press in on the bumper cover while you tighten this so you're sure everything's aligned properly. Make sure that's nice and tight. At this point, we can continue on with aligning our trim panel and our liner. Let's align this and we'll start in all 6 of our T20 screws on this side. Once we've done so, we can snug them up and do the exact same thing on the other side of the vehicle. The last one's down along the bottom. Let's get this one on the inboard side of the wheel well. Now we can snug them up. Time for the last 2 pieces of mounting hardware, our 2 push clips underneath the bumper. When you install the push clips, drive in the outer portion first and then lock it in by pressing in the center. Double check to make sure you're secure and do the exact same thing on the other side of the vehicle. Okay, friend, we've got our vehicle back together. At this point, go ahead and close the tailgate, take your vehicle for a road test, and test the sensor functionality. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.